Hello folks. I've had a few questions on my YouTube page asking about the cruise control feature on electric bikes. Some of you that don't have your bike already, are waiting for them, thinking about getting them. This is something that isn't talked about too much. But this goes for the Lectric 1.0 and 2.0. The only difference is the 2.0 has a little bit different control feature, or control buttons. The 1.0s, they have this up and down button, and then this scrolls through your menu up and down. The new ones have more of a square or rectangle. They're a little bit flatter, but they still have the up and down arrows like that. So this will work for both the 1.0 and 2.0. We're out here at the local middle school, and this is a place that is fairly flat, so I'll be able to show you how the bike rolls, how it works on flat ground. There's a little bit of an incline here, so I'm going to try to go back out into the sun where it's a little bit flatter, and kind of show you how the cruise control works. At the very end, I'm going to show something a little bit extra that I don't think I've seen on any other videos. You'll see what I'm talking about. Wait till the end, and I'll show you something a little bit extra. A feature that this cruise control will make it easier for you to ride with other bikes, kids on regular bikes. Everybody knows that these bikes are heavy, and you can go slow. You can pedal on flat ground with no pedal assist. But the pedal assists are a little bit fast sometimes if you've got a regular biker trying to keep up with you. So I've got something at the end that might help that out a little bit, so that you don't have to go with no pedal assist, but it'll keep you slower. All right, guys, we're out here in the parking lot, and I tried to show you how the cruise control works on these things. One thing that you have to remember before you put on cruise, you have got to use the throttle. You can't pedal. Well, you can pedal while you're doing it, but you have to use the throttle to actually set the speed. If you're just pedaling and try to engage the cruise control, it doesn't work. I'm pedaling right now, holding down, and it's not working. Okay, so the best thing to do is just put it in any pedal assist. I've got it in pedal assist 1 right now. Use your throttle, and when you get to your desired speed, you just push and hold the down arrow. And again, this will be for the 1.0 and 2.0. The only difference is the 2.0 controller here looks a little bit different. It's more of a rectangle shape, but it still has the up and down arrows, and you still push the same buttons for this to work. So what you do is you get going to a desired speed. Let me get over here so I don't run out of room. I'm getting ready to have a little soccer or football practice, it looks like. Okay, so you get going with your throttle. If you can see my feet at all. You get your throttle. Let's say I want to get to 10 miles an hour. You go to 10. Hold the down arrow. And their cruise has been engaged. Okay. Now when that's engaged, you can pedal and speed up. Whenever you stop pedaling, it'll fall back down to 10. To turn it off, you can hit either brake or the throttle. See, if I hit the throttle, the cruise goes off. Same thing, if I hit the brakes, the cruise goes off. But while you are in it, you can pedal. Let's try to do a little slower speed. Okay, I'm going to set it at about 7. This is a little bit downhill, so I'm going to gain a few here. But the cruise is on. I'm not touching the throttle or the brake. I'm not pedaling at all. So if you've got it on cruise at around 9 or 10 miles an hour, and you want to speed up a little bit, or you're going up a hill, all you have to do is pedal to help it out. So I'm going to pedal. Okay, so I'm pedaling right now. And I'm up to 13. If I stop pedaling, it goes back to that 10 miles an hour until the motor kicks back on. And now again, this is going uphill, and as you can see, the cruise is still on, but I'm only going 6.8 miles an hour instead of the 10. And I'm going to hit my brakes and it'll kick it off. Now that brings me to another point. Cruise control on these bikes are not like a car. Yeah, you are kind of setting it to a speed when you do your throttle, but what you're actually doing is you're setting the amount of current that the bike is going to stay at for the most part. It'll try to keep you at that speed, but if you start to go up a hill, of course it's going to slow down a little bit. It just doesn't have the power of a gas-powered car to actually keep you at that. But so you can pedal and get to the top of the hill. When you get to the top of the hill, you can stop pedaling and it'll return back to the 10 miles an hour or whatever you set it at, and you can just coast. So you can coast or pedal. And one thing that it would do, I rarely use it, but one thing that it does do is it keeps you at a pretty even speed. You know, if you have 10 miles, a 10-mile trip, you want to get there in an hour. Well, if you go to 10 miles an hour, you should get there in an hour. So one thing that I do when I'm riding is a lot of times I start looking off to the side and I forget what I'm doing. I look down and I've dropped my speed way down, and then I've got to catch up, or you know, it just makes me later. And that's basically it. Again, you have to use the throttle to get up to a speed you want. Push and hold the down arrow for 2 or 3 seconds until cruise comes on, and that'll keep you at that speed or around that speed unless you're going up a hill. If you're going down a hill, of course, you're going to drift faster, and you may end up having to use your brake and cut your cruise off. But this is really good for flat areas or areas that have very small bumps, small hills. I'm in West Virginia. We don't have a lot of small hills. Most of our hills take some effort to get up, so I don't really use cruise much. Again, if you're out in Midwest, South, or the West at all, where you have a lot of flat area, Ohio, cruise would be good. Okay, so I told you I had a little something at the end. And how many times, I don't know if any of you have tried to ride with a person on a regular bike, but there are times where maybe they're riding slower than you are. Well, we know that if we put this thing on PAS 0, the bike doesn't help you. You're pedaling your weight and the bike's weight, all 63 pounds of it. And it's a little bit harder than a regular bike to pedal. So if you want to keep, and pedal assist 1 keeps you at about 7 miles an hour. So if that's a little bit too fast, if you've got somebody riding a regular bike, you might need to go about, I don't know, 3-4 miles an hour or something like that. I'll show you how you can do that. And somebody that doesn't have an electric bike can kind of hang with you in that case. Put it in a pedal assist. Get a little bit of throttle. Hold down the set button. Cruise comes on. So I'm set at 3 miles an hour. I'm not pedaling. I don't know if you can see my shadow. Here's my feet. But it'll keep you right about 3 miles an hour. And if they start to speed up, of course you can pedal. And you can speed up with them. If they start to drop back again, well, then you can just stop pedaling. And you stop pedaling, and this bike will eventually drop back down to that 3, almost 4 miles an hour that you set it at. And that can kind of keep you with, you know, a small person, small child or something riding a bike that's not going very fast. So you can actually set it at a slower speed than just what pedal assist 1 would take you at. So if I'm using pedal assist 1 and I'm going to pedal, I'm not using any pedal at all. As you can see, it takes you 6 miles an hour. It's honestly about 7, but I'm starting to go uphill just a little bit. That's about the slowest you can go and still use your motor just in a regular pedal assist. But like I said, if you want to ride a little bit slower than that and not be constantly hitting brakes, you can start out, and as soon as you start to hit that throttle, just push down on your button over here, engage cruise any speed under 6 or 7 miles an hour you want. I had it at 3 or 4 miles an hour. So that's pretty nice too. Maybe somebody's on skates, rollerblades or something, and they're, you know, taking some time, or, you know, they're just not able to go quite as fast as a bicycle. That will do wonders. So hope this helps. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I try to respond to every single comment that's left. If I miss you, I apologize. If I miss you for more than 12 hours or so, send me your question again. Sometimes I've noticed that every now and then a question will pop up, or a comment will pop up on my phone, and when I get around to looking at it, I'll look and the question's gone, or the comment is gone. I don't know if it's because people leave a comment and decide, I don't really want that out there, I'm going to delete it, and they delete it, or if they just get lost sometimes. So anyway, leave a comment. I'll reply if you have any questions. I just thought this might help out a little bit. But until the next video, have a great evening. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.